Hello and welcome to the final presentation of the Diversity and Inclusion in the Workplace AMRE project. The student consultants for this project are Maylee Tinsman, a rising junior majoring in political science and minoring in history and urban studies, Araj Sikandar, a rising senior with a major in business economics and a minor in women's gender and sexuality studies, and Noah Leonard, a rising junior with a double major in political science and Spanish. The advisors for this project are Dr. Amber Garcia of the Psychology Department and Dr. Ryan Ozar of the Education Department. Moving forward, this project is working to improve and increase diversity and inclusion in companies and organizations throughout Wayne and surrounding counties. We are working with seven different stakeholders: the Fund for Our Economic Future, Goodwill, 180, NAACP, Critchfield and Johnston, Community Action, and PRC Saltillo. These clients all have different needs and wants for diversity and inclusion within their workplaces, and it has been great getting to learn about what their goals and hopeful practices are. In completing research for this project, the team studied relevant census data statistics on Wayne and surrounding counties. We looked at age, race and ethnicity, gender, socioeconomic status, and disability. The team also analyzed many articles and academic reports where we gained valuable insight on best practices to increase D&I and the challenges of D&I in the workplace. Lastly, we talked with many members of the community, such as Worcester Chamber of Commerce, United Way, College of Worcester professors, and went to a conference hosted by the Society of Human Resource Management, or SHRM.
We analyzed the census data for Wayne County to highlight underlying demographic trends. Figure 1 and 2 relate to race and ethnicity. In 2019, 95% of the county's population was white, 1.4% was African American, and 2% was Hispanic or Latino. Comparatively, as displayed in Figure 2, the United States had more proportionate racial and ethnic diversity, with 72.5% being white, 12.7% being African American, and 18% being Hispanic or Latino. Generally discussing the statewide racial and ethnic breakdown, it was also much more diverse than Wayne County. Thus, we do see greater racial and ethnic diversity in the country and within Ohio, which Wayne County has the potential to harness through interstate and intercounty migration. From 2010 to 2019, Wayne County had a decrease in its white community and its Black population. The Hispanic or Latino community grew by almost 37% over these 10 years, making it the fastest growing race or ethnicity in the county. However, in terms of numbers, this group only increased by 630 individuals from 2010 to 2019, still accounting for a very small percentage of the overall county population, as can be seen from Figure 1. The American Indian and Alaskan Native, as well as the Asian races, also grew by almost 31% each. Therefore, the statistics do signify the progress of Wayne County in increasing its racial and ethnic diversity. Next slide, please. Our project, however, is focused on considering the broader definition of diversity that is inclusive of many categories. Analyzing the socioeconomic data, we found that 11.3% of the county's 18 and above population was living below the poverty line in 2019. Looking at the educational attainment, a majority of the 18 and above population were high school graduates, accounting for 30% in 2019. Considering disability characteristics, 9.1% of the working age population between the ages of 18 to 64 had a disability. Specific to age demographics, 25% represented those between 18 to 24 and 65 and above. Younger and older workers are most likely to face bias because of their age. Research by the Society for Human Resource Management finds that out of the U.S. employees and HR managers surveyed, 64% thought older workers find it harder to accept change, and 70% thought younger employees are inexperienced. Lastly, we analyzed statistics on sexuality, but because of the lack of data for the county, we considered national demographics. In 2020, 5.6% of the county's population identified as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer. Overall, the statistics highlight the percentage of LGBTQ+ population will continue to increase over the years. After analyzing the data for many of the categories that fall under diversity, it becomes clear that organizations within the county should commit to diverse and inclusive initiatives to ensure that individuals of all backgrounds are valued and recognized. Such practices could encourage fairer hiring, promotional, and retention opportunities by prioritizing talent over status, as well as by reducing stereotypes, discrimination, and social hierarchies at work. Moreover, an equal, respectful, and inclusive workspace can increase employee motivation and well-being, positively adding to the organization's performance. Workplaces can be more inclusive by using gender-neutral language, hiring an inclusivity specialist, accommodating special needs of employees such as by having flexible working hours, and by promoting a value in diversity sentiment.
During our 8 weeks on this project, we had a broad array of topics to cover. So we focused our research towards recruitment, retention, engagement, bias reduction, and strategies to implement diversity and inclusion initiatives. In our research, we found that inclusive practices also help the recruitment process by making the workplace more attractive to all candidates. We also found that inclusive practices reduce burnout and improve engagement and retention among current employees. In addition to those findings, we researched the efficacy of trainings and found strategies to help organizations start raising awareness and engaging more deeply in educational materials that could reduce bias. And finally, in our report, we used the organizational ecosystem of communication theory to categorize diversity and inclusion practices into 3 levels. This framework helps organizations assess where they need to do more diversity and inclusion work. And in our report, we also outlined recommended practices per each level.
AMRE has been a very enriching experience for all of our team. Along with building our professional skills, the biggest takeaway for me from our project was direction and research for my independent study. Coincidentally, my junior IS last semester was similar to our project topic. Therefore, I was able to learn a lot more about it through extensive research and group conversations with the team, advisors, and our clients.
Also, throughout this project, the team learned valuable communication and professional skills through multiple presentations, emails, and discussions with our stakeholders. These learned skills will help us in our future endeavors, such as presenting our independent studies, interviewing for a job, and whatever else the future may hold for us.
Because we had 7 stakeholders, we had to give 7 individual final presentations, and throughout our 8 weeks, we were consistently meeting with our clients and community members. This helped all of us become more comfortable giving and creating presentations. Finally, thank you for listening about our project. We all really enjoyed studying diversity and inclusion, and we were happy to be a part of AMRE this summer.